Okay.
All right, so tell us why you started your YouTube channel.
I think your purpose comes from your pain. So I think whatever you struggled with the most as a human is what you want to help other people through. And so because I struggled so much as an entrepreneur, I try to make content that I wish 19-year-old Evan could have seen. And I'm what, 13 years in? When did I start? 2009? Across all the channels, we probably recorded 15, 20,000 videos. Like, how do you keep going? How do you not burn out? How do you, I haven't missed an upload day in a decade.
Yeah.
How? Well, because you feel like what you're doing matters.
Yeah.
And so I always feel like the content I'm making is to help. Even this interview, like she just pulled me aside, we're at lunch, I'm leaving, she's like, can I interview you? Why? Because I'm hoping that, somebody watches this video and maybe that makes a shift to helping them believe a little bit more in themselves.
It's making a big difference. I want you to know this. Let's talk about your reach.
Okay.
How far do you think your message travels?
That's a big question. I am not great at visualizing the big numbers. So we have 3-something million subscribers on the channel and like 500 million views or whatever. I don't know what that means. Like 500 million views is hard to conceptualize. It's more the comments that I get, the you coming up and say I love your videos, right? It's like those are what make it feel like it matters.
Yeah.
And if you stick with it long enough, you end up finding those opportunities that keep coming back to you. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't know, when did you first discover my channel?
2020.
Okay, so we're, this is 2022, so 2 years later, we haven't met. I don't know if you left a comment on the video, so maybe yes, maybe no.
I do more than that.
Okay.
I take your videos and I try to take pieces of it, and then I interview people based on the tips and the guidance that you provide.
Yeah. So this is the thing, it's like you have been watching my content for 2 years.
Yeah.
And learning and growing and improving, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
Not until today, not until like 2 years later. And so a lot of people quit so early on their career and they never get to feel the impact of, because this is more meaningful than a million views on a video, right? Because it's like, what does that mean? Where somebody, and all of us feel, not just me, like if somebody came up to you and said, hey, what you do touched me. The art that you made touched me, inspired me, moved me, and the whole point of art is to make people feel, whether it's a painting or a speech or a video or beautiful design, camera. It's like art makes people feel, and so we're all creators, we're artists, and so when somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, your creation helped me feel something,"
Help me grow, help me expand, help me feel empowered, encouraged, unstoppable, belief, like whatever.
Right. Even if for like a moment, the fact that you made something that then touched somebody else's life, that's why we do what we do. Like we all want to wake up and feel like we're doing something that matters and is meaningful, having an impact. So when somebody comes and tells you that, that's more the thing that you'll hold on to and remember, not that I hit X number of views on a video.
Okay, I'm going to get a little technical here.
Technical.
What kind of website do you use? Is it backed by WordPress or Webflow?
I am not the technical guy, so I don't obsess over these things, but ClickFunnels is our main website.
Okay.
So Russell's a friend. And so when we're looking at our website provider, like, hey, Russell has ClickFunnels, we're going to use ClickFunnels.
Okay. Have you tried to internationalize it? Meaning turning your website into Japanese or Spanish or German so that you could connect with more people around the world?
So we don't have a lot of content on the website. So there's not a lot on the website that would be international, but we do it on our YouTube channel. So we have a Spanish channel with almost 1 million subscribers. We have a Russian channel with almost 1 million subscribers. We have, so we're building out a French channel, a Japanese channel, and a Dutch channel. It's hard I can't keep track of everything.
Yeah.
But that's the idea is like, hey, you speak English,
yes,
but there's such an opportunity to reach the world for your message. Depending on your business and what you're trying to accomplish, I want to serve the world. Yeah. And so me speaking English, luckily English is the most, used at, between English and Spanish, but in terms of getting business, if you want to get clients, etc., English is where you want to be. But the fact that you've got a great message and the people who need it can't hear it because they don't understand English, the ability to just create content you've already made the content, especially if you're looking at video content, is I think more valuable than even just a website, because the amount of effort that goes into making a video is high. To then just have somebody dub the video, even UN style dubbing on the video, the video's already edited, it already has the music, it already has everything else, already has the shots and the B-roll and all the planning and preparation. All you have to do is then get somebody to localize it. It makes a huge, huge, huge impact. And our Spanish channel, for example, I'd have to look at the data, but around a third to a half of the people who watch it are in North America.
And the rest is around
It's global, but there's still a lot of people, even in North America, who have English as their second language, and I'd rather watch it. Right, but I mean, your level of English is very high, right? But you know, like my wife moved from China to Canada, and at the beginning didn't know any English, and so if there was content that could help her, you know, get the message, and it's so much easier to learn the language when you care about the content. You know, like if you care about making videos or personal development or growth, and you get to watch the video and a speaker says something and you don't know what it means, you want to go and learn that word as opposed to just reading from a textbook. And so when you can localize the language to make it fit them, you're meeting them where they're at. It's like, hey, you don't have to go and do this. Like, here's an option for you. My mom was born in Italy. I moved to Canada when she was 10 and didn't speak any English. And she learned English through watching TV shows.
Yeah.
You know, and like now YouTube is the
TV
TV show basically. Right. YouTube and Hollywood movies, like that's and so there's a lot of people who end up watching my videos. Often they start in the other language, and then that inspires them to want to dive deeper into English as well. And so just the more accessible you can make your message, the more of an impact you're going to have. And so if you have a big message that you want to serve the world with, being able to customize it. I just mostly live on YouTube, so that's why I'm making my content in multiple languages. But if somebody is making most of their content, I used to have a website with 100,000 pages plus of content. That could be translated into Japanese and Korean and Chinese and Italian and French and Spanish and all that. Why I haven't done on my website is a lot of the programs and products we sell, we don't have the support afterwards to be able to help them. So if I'm doing,
Follow-up.
yeah, like I have a membership program, right, where I'm training thought leaders to build their movements. It's called Movement Makers. But I'm doing it and it's in English. So if somebody's coming in, yeah, and they can't even understand me. So that's maybe like, it's good, you're planting a seed, you know, like maybe as I'm doing it live, I also have somebody translating live on the spot to help the Spanish audience and the Italian audience, etc. But basics like updating your website or creating, it's not as difficult as you think to make YouTube videos, especially if you do UN style dubbing.
Right.
I guess people don't know, like there's the dubbing where you're trying to match the exact words, right? So like I'm half Italian, so there's a guy who plays Robert De Niro in Italy. They dub it, like there's one guy who's always Robert De Niro.
Wow.
And so like, and he matches his style and the tone, and like it looks like it's him speaking Italian. And that takes a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of cost. UN style dubbing is, if you ever watch the UN, you have people speaking on stage in their native language, and you hear them quietly, but then the translator speaking on top of it in your language. And so that is a lot more affordable. So if you have English content, you could hire somebody just to UN style dub it into 20 different languages, right? Hire 20 different people or whoever knows it, and then that has a huge reach potential for your audience to explode.
You talked about the message.
Yeah.
One message that you could give in this part of your life right now that you're experiencing to your viewers, what is that one message that you would give them?
It's still believe. Like
it's always believe.
It's always believe.
Yeah,
it's like it's like believe. I mean, it's on the back. Believe. I think lack of belief is the world's biggest problem. Like we don't do what we want to do, or because we don't believe that we can. We don't believe that we can. We don't believe we have the resources. We don't believe we're good enough. We just don't believe that it's possible for us. We might think, oh, it's possible for him or her, but it's not possible for me. We just don't believe. Yeah. And so, I'm trying to make content for the 19-year-old Evan who didn't believe in himself, but still now, like my biggest problem now is I don't believe in myself for the next thing.
10 years.
Yeah, like the next big jump. Yeah. What is that? I don't know. And a lot of it is I don't believe in myself enough to even think about that or create that. And so it's a never-ending journey, which is when you're talking about growth, you're never done growing. You keep climbing. There's this great saying, beyond the mountain is more mountains. And so like, you never actually want to hit the top. You know, we've hit goals before and then like, oh, that's it. You know, you celebrate and then it kind of feels over. You always want a new mountain to climb. And so there's always levels that you can climb and grow. I just try to take the approach, and something Denzel Washington said, is that every time you take a step up the ladder of growth, you reach back and help somebody else get to that level. And so a lot of times people are have imposter syndrome of, I can't be like X. And it's like, well, you don't have to be. You just have to. If Oprah is level 1,000 and you're level 4, most people are stuck at level 0. And so if you're at 4, you can help them get to step 2, and that's where most people are still stuck. So yeah, believe it's possible. Believe you can do it.
Can you still speak Italian?
Poco. Yeah.
Can you say believe in Italian?
Oh,
like
what's
one
believe?
Sentence? Yeah.
How do you say it? Where's home for you? Where were you
God,
born?
I'm Filipino.
Okay.
So I don't even know how to say it either. I dream in America. I dream in English now.